Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I am so excited to talk through the strategy that I'm bringing you today to help you land more clients in your business all fall long and moving into the new year. So today we're specifically talking about a muscle that you need to strengthen if you want to have clients consistently coming into your business week over week over week. So if you're here joining me live, I would love to know who's here with me. Drop a hi or a little emoji in the chat so I know you're here watching live. And if you're catching the replay, say hi too. I check all of the comments even after these trainings conclude. So if you're catching the replay, let me know that too. I'd love to know who is here with me and joining me for today's training. And just a reminder, we have these weekly trainings every single Thursday at noon Eastern time. You can tune in and I'm sharing a tip, a strategy, a case study, something that's going to help you grow your business, make more money, get more clients, and do it in a way that works for you with your schedule, your lifestyle. I personally have had a 3-day work week. I work part-time hours and I am on track to make $500,000 this year. So our work hours do not have to be tied to the amount of money that we're making. And we're here breaking that stereotypes, changing the paradigm because I want more women to have an abundant income doing work they love and working hours that make sense for them. So if you are here for that, if you're down for that, you're in the right place. And today we are specifically talking about a muscle that you need to work on building if you want those high ticket clients who are paying you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 to be rolling into your business with consistency. So like I said, if you're here live, let me know, pop a little hello in the chat so I know that you're here. I see Janelle is here, I see Ella's here. Welcome everybody. I am so glad that you're joining me live. So as you know, if you've been tuning into these every week throughout the month of September, we are focusing on getting clients all month long. That is the focus of the month, and that is really what I am been working on, not just with you guys, but with the women inside my high ticket program, Scale Up Accelerator. Because we don't have a business if we don't have clients. And so I decided to make all of September the theme of Get Clients, and it's culminating in our Get Clients virtual retreat next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, September 26th and 27th. We are having an intimate group of women join us for our Get Clients retreat, and we are going to dive deeper into the strategies I've been sharing here in the Facebook group all month long and bring you a bunch new content to support you in getting high ticket clients coming into your business consistently. We have 5 tickets left for the Get Clients retreat. Currently, they are half price, but only through the end of the day tomorrow, and then the price doubles. Right now we're still on our early bird sale, but then the price will double on Saturday. So if you are interested in one of those final 5 tickets for the Get Clients retreat, just drop the word retreat in the chat and myself or one of my team members will reach out to you with all the details and information about how to snag one of those final early bird tickets. Alrighty, so let's move down here. I'm looking at my notes. I want to make sure I cover everything. And so specifically what we're talking about today, and if you have any questions as I go, make sure you're popping them in. I'll do my best to answer those questions as we wrap this up. And usually we go for about 20-30 minutes. Today we're covering the muscle you have to strengthen if you want consistent high ticket clients. And this simple strategy has brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars into my business. It has brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars into my clients' business. And we want to really cover what high ticket clients are looking for and what they're not looking for when we're using this strategy, and an easy thing you can start doing today to double your sales. So all of that is coming your way. And I just want to share first off that when I first started my business, this muscle that I'm going to reveal in just a moment, I know I'm like teasing it out, was really weak. I did not feel that I was strong in this area, but I dedicated time every single week to strengthening it, to building it, to practicing it, and it has been one of the best return on time investments that I have ever done in my business, and it has brought in, as I said, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the muscle that you need to consistently build and strengthen is outreach. The practice of reaching out to leads and inviting them to work with you. This is the muscle we need to work on, because what we want to happen, right? We just want to like start our businesses and set up our beautiful websites and design our programs and then have the clients, we open the gates and the clients come flooding in. And perhaps if you maybe had a successful business previously that you're now leveraging into a new iteration of a business, that can happen. You'll have that pipeline of leads ready to go. They are so ready to buy from you. But for those of us who start our businesses from scratch, like I did, we don't necessarily have that pipeline. We don't have those leads knocking down our door. And so we need to build our outreach muscle and become a spokesperson for our business, for our brand, because that is what is going to educate people about the work that we do. You've got this amazing thing that you offer. We need to tell people about it. So what I recommend is that you prioritize outreach every single week. And I was going to say every single day, but I don't want you to think you have to do this 7 days a week, because if you have a 3-day work week like I do, but we want to prioritize it every week, preferably on every single day you are working. We want to get in the habit of telling people about the work that we do. It's really that simple. We have to get in the habit of telling people about the work that we do, and not just in mass broadcasts of like Instagram reels or posting on social media, but with direct one-to-one outreach and personal invitations to people. This was something that like totally blew my mind. When I first started my coaching business, I was like, oh, I'm gonna build my email list and I'm gonna post on social media and I'm gonna start a Facebook group and like all of these mass attraction strategies, which, I mean, there's a place for all of it. But what really brought in my first, few high ticket clients was me sending DMs, sending emails, texting people. Doing those personal touch points was what moved the needle on those first few high ticket clients, who then felt comfortable paying me multiple thousands of dollars. So let me make sure I'm covering all my notes here. Another thing I really like about outreach is that it puts you back in the driver's seat. Because when we just open our businesses and hope people find us, we feel like it is not in our control whatsoever. It's like, oh my gosh, fingers crossed. I hope people find me. I hope they become my clients. I hope they pay me. When we commit to outreach, we take back control. We say, today, I'm going to reach out to X number of people. I'm going to reach out with this message. I'm going to follow up with these people. And it puts us back in control. It feels like, and it does, we're doing something proactive to make the business grow, to plant the seeds for clients. And that's really how you can evaluate if what you're doing is worth spending your time on. Is it planting the seeds for clients? Working behind the scenes on your website and like changing the color and changing the font and making sure it's a beautiful layout. Like, yes, having a web presence is important, but what would have been better spent, like that hour or 2 hours that you spent on your website, that would have been much better spent reaching out to 25, 50 people and saying, hey, this is the work that I do. Are you interested in hearing more? Or do you know someone who might benefit from it? That type of outreach is going to get you those clients. So I want to introduce you to one of my favorite outreach strategies. And it's this really simple rule of 5, 5, 5, 5, 4 fives. So the way it goes is that every day, and again, every day you're working, but if you really want to do this for like a month, that would be amazing. I'll talk about that in a minute. You reach out to 5 new leads, like 5 new people you discover who are following you on Instagram or who have joined your Facebook group or have joined your email list. You reach out to 5 new leads, 5 lost connections, 5 follow-ups, like people that you touched base with a couple weeks ago who kind of fell through the cracks, and 5 peers or people that you admire. So that's 20 people. So I know that might seem like a lot, but if we break it down into those categories, it becomes easier because it's 5 new people, 5 lost connections that, maybe you had consultations with these people 6 months ago. Maybe you had a coffee chat with them on Zoom a while back and you just haven't been chatting up since. 5 people you admire, or 5 people that are like peers in your industry that could potentially be like referral sources. And then 5 follow-ups, like people that you reached out to last week that you hadn't heard back from. And for the follow-ups, I like to do at least 3 touch points. So like an outreach, a follow-up before I kind of move them to the category where I'm like, okay, they're not responding. And then they'll become one of those lost connections I reach out to in like 6 months or 3 months, whatever the time frame makes sense for your business. So the cool thing about this is that if you do this for 1 week, you will have reached out to almost 150 people, right? Like, and this is if you're doing it every day, right? Like 7 times 20 is 140. So you'll have reached out to 140 individuals. And if you do this for 1 month, you'll have reached out to like 600 people. That's amazing. 600 individuals if you did it every day for a month. And I'm not saying you have to do this amount of outreach every day forever. There is going to be a tipping point where you can kind of dial back and the business is going to get momentum. But if you were like starting fresh right out of the gate, this would be an amazing challenge to give yourself for October, or starting right now. Just start reaching out to people, 10, 20 people a day for 30 days in a row. Plant those seeds, and on average, for every 100 people you reach out to, you will get a client. Now, I can't guarantee that, but in terms of like looking at the numbers and how things shake out, on average, for every 100 people that you DM, there's going to be then a portion that DM you back, and there's going to be a portion that engage in conversation, and then there's going to be a portion of those, the numbers are getting smaller and smaller, that book calls, and then there's going to be someone who becomes a client. So if you, in a month's time, if you reach out, follow this 5-5-5-5 rule, reach out to 20 people a day for a whole month, that's 600 people, that could be 6 new clients by the end of the month. And yeah, that's a little bit of like hustle energy, but we need a little bit of upstart energy sometimes. And there's ebbs and flows in our business. For me, the fall feels like an amazing time to like reinvigorate, get out there, take action. It's like all that back to school energy. I'm like, get me a notebook and a pen. I'm ready to take notes. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to do all the things. I feel really invigorated. If that's the kind of energy you're feeling now, this would be an amazing time to challenge yourself with something like that. And then the holidays come and you could have a period of a bit of like rest and integration. Plus, after reaching out to 600 people, you're going to get some immediate clients, and then there's going to be conversations that continue that'll, trickle in clients throughout, the rest of the fall and into next year. And then you can, find your right pacing with the outreach. Maybe you do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you reach out to the 5-5-5-5. So I'm not saying you have to do this, but what I am saying is that taking action and doing something is far better than doing nothing. So if the idea of reaching out to that many people for that many days in a row feels completely overwhelming, cool, find your way with it, but don't do nothing. Because outreach is a muscle you absolutely have to build if you want to be successful in business. Because until you can hire a team that does all of this for you, you have to wear all the hats in your business. And I mean, sometimes it can be a little frustrating, right? Just being totally honest. But for the most part, it's a huge privilege. It's a huge privilege that we have the opportunity to have these businesses and do the work that we love and really just help people, right? That's why we started these businesses. And so it's really, really important that instead of feeling like, oh, we're bothering people if we're getting in touch with them, or, I'm going to be such a pest if I keep reaching out to these individuals. If you're coming from a place of service, if you have a heart of service, if you have good intentions, not everyone's going to want to work with you, and that's okay. Some people will be like, no, I'm not interested, and that's fine. But the right people will be so grateful that you got in touch with them. They are going to be so, so grateful that you reached out, that you got in touch, that you're helping them, because they wouldn't have known about you otherwise. And that leads me to my next point. If you're uncomfortable with outreach, which I totally get, because I can still have moments where I'm like, ugh, I don't really want to send that email, or I feel a little pushy saying it this way. But if you imagine that your business is an amazing party, it has amazing music and decor and food, and you've got all this cool stuff planned. You're just gonna like wow your guests. They're gonna be amazed. They're gonna have the best time of their life. But you need to send invitations. You can't just throw this amazing party and like be like, where is everybody? Why aren't they beating down my door? If you didn't send out invitations. And that's what outreach is. It's invitations. It's inviting people to your amazing business party that is going to be, you know, the life-altering, transformational breakthrough that they absolutely need. And so we need to get out of our own way and be comfortable and start getting comfortable with the outreach. And I guarantee if you commit to doing like a month of outreach at a really high level, it is going to become so much easier. That outreach muscle is going to build and strengthen and become so easy for you that in the future, it's just going to be second nature. Of like, well, of course I'm going to reach out to new clients. That's what I do. And you're also going to have clients coming in because of the outreach you did. So you're going to get that positive feedback and realize what a benefit this is to you and your business. And if you're wondering, like, who the heck should I reach out to? You know, you're talking about all these people I should reach out to. Go back and watch my video from last week. So that would be September 14th. I talked all about a strategy that I use that helps you create a list of leads very quickly and easily. It's honestly something that if you sat down today, if you watch that video next, if you're like, where do I get these leads? You can easily get a list of dozens and dozens of names very quickly. And that could give you your first jumping off point. But I mean, think about all of the emails that you have in your inbox and in your address book, and all of the phone numbers you have in your phone, and all of the followers you have on Instagram, and all the people you're connected with on Facebook. I mean, these are all potential leads. So if you're like, I don't have an email list, that's okay. You have contacts on tons of different platforms. Start with the one that has the most, and then move to the next, and then the next, and the next, and start there and be building your email list along the way. As people show interest, you can say, hey, can I add you to my email list? And then you'll be building your list with future prospects as well as connecting with people who are interested now. So it's a win-win all around. All right, I see some people posted comments. Dee said, this is helpful, awesome. She said, as a new Instagrammer, I'd love more on how to interact with others. Yes. And Dee, since you are in Scale Up Accelerator, I'm gonna send you, and I'll post it in the group, I'll share with you our DM script that we have crafted. So I'll send that over to you since you're one of our awesome clients. I'm happy to share that with you. It's actually in our program, but I'll pull it out and share it with you. Dee said, I'm assuming that following hashtags relevant to our offerings and direct message can messaging people I can relate to and offer advice. Yeah, let me see if there's more to that. Can I open it up? Let me see over here. Dee saying, I'm assuming that following hashtags relevant to our offerings and direct messaging people I can relate to and offering advice. Absolutely. That's a great way to do it on Instagram. If you don't have a huge Instagram following, you can follow other people who offer something similar, who are like peers or colleagues in your niche, and follow hashtags. And yeah, just kind of like see who's interacting with them, follow those people, just kind of go down some rabbit holes and keep track of everything you're doing, right? And that's something I mentioned in last week's video as well, is how to stay organized. And I have a really great strategy and way to organize everything if you watch that other video. Janelle says, I always keep telling myself I have no one to reach out to. Now, whether there's any truth in that statement, I've discovered is irrelevant. My action step, make the list and see who I can reach out to and do it. Yes, I know we can feel like, yeah, who the heck can I reach out to? But I mean, we are in such a connected world. We've got social media, we've got email, we've got phone, we've got messenger, apps. There's so many different ways. If you look at every one of those individuals you're connected with who have given you permission to be connected with them, I mean, that's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people. So you absolutely have a place to start with. And I know if you're a woman working with women, then we rule out the men and that type of things, but still you have hundreds and hundreds of individuals you can start with. So yes, you're not alone in feeling like you don't know where to start, but I love that you're like, I'm calling myself out on this and I'm ready to take action. That's awesome. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to pop them into the chat. I'll cover those. As you're doing that, if anyone does have a question, I'm just going to share what we're covering next week. Next week, I'm talking about how to close high ticket clients who are on the fence with a simple 6-word sentence. This is something I have used on more sales calls than I can count, and it is the money maker. So I'm going to share not just that one sentence, but lots of strategies about how to incentivize people to move forward who are kind of being a little wishy-washy and on the fence, so you can get that clear yes, get cash collected, money in hand, and move forward working with that client. And last thing, before I check and see if there's any questions, we have 5 tickets left for the Get Clients retreat next week. The retreat is 2 days. It's the 26th and 27th. We're meeting just from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern time each of the days. But I do recommend you try to block more time, just because I know there's going to be a lot of stuff you're learning that you're going to want to take action on. But the retreat is really amazing. We've planned it out so Tuesday is all about the inner work of like preparing yourself energetically to receive money, receive clients. And then on Wednesday, we're going to cover the action steps, the actual nitty-gritty stuff you need to do, similar to these little tastes you're getting week to week here, with some really clear-cut strategies that have brought in tons of money into my business and have helped my clients as well. So if you're interested in one of those final 5 tickets, I know many of you here, I recognize your names and I've seen a lot of you, so I know a lot of you already have tickets, but if you're catching the replay or haven't yet gotten a ticket, we've got 5 left. Drop the word retreat into the comments below, and my team or I will reach out with the details and our 50% off coupon, which is good until tomorrow. All right, let me refresh so I can see if any comments or questions came in, and then we'll wrap this up. All right. Yes, Vanessa's asking, is all of this covered in your course? Yes, all of this is covered in my course. The Get Clients piece is one of it's sort of like 5 steps we covered. We talk about creating a high ticket offer that your clients absolutely want to buy. We then go into how to grow an audience of engaged leads, turning those engaged leads into clients, so the Get Clients piece, then how to wow your clients and get them amazing results, and then how to turn your program evergreen and scale it. So those are the 5 things we cover inside the program. For this month, we've kind of pulled out the Get Clients piece, the middle piece. We're focusing heavily on that. But if you're looking for like a full roadmap and full spectrum of support, our Scale Up Accelerator program, which Dee is a part of, which is why I'm going to get her that DM script, is a great option. And if you're interested in more information about Scale Up Accelerator, just drop a 1 in the comments below and I'll connect you, or one of my team will reach out so you can get more information about that. Okay, let's see. I see, Vanessa, that you dropped the word retreat, so we'll make sure you get the info about that. I don't see any other comments coming in. Dee said Scale Up Accelerator is worth its weight in gold. Oh, thank you, Dee. Yeah, I mean, my clients are amazing. We work with amazing women. I feel so privileged to do this, and we get the privilege of hanging out in other spaces like this too. Thanks. Dee says she highly recommends it. And Vanessa, I think your name looks familiar. I'm thinking you might have had a call with Kat recently, so you probably have a lot of details about the program, but I'm happy to answer any others you might have, or point you in the right direction if you're thinking about joining us. All right, everybody, I'm going to wrap it up there. I like to try to keep these under 30 minutes so they're short and sweet. And if you're catching the replay, let us know that too. Comment below so I'll circle back and say hi to everyone who's catching the replay later. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me.